The lengthy diversions for ocean cargo vessels as a result of the Houthi rebel attacks in the Red Sea have caused air freight volumes to soar, and the cost of shipping cargo by plane will see a significant increase if the crisis does not abate, with anxiety rising among companies. The current spike in use of air freight is primarily in cargo volumes bound for Europe, as more companies avoid the longer Red Sea diversions around Africa's Cape of Good Hope, according to Xeneta, a leading ocean and air freight rate benchmarking platforms. Air freight tends to be quieter in the last week of December and the first week of January, according to Niall van de Wouw, Chief Air Freight Officer for Xeneta. But the recent data and anecdotal information from clients makes this period different. A couple of weeks ago, I started speaking with companies and I found retailers were starting to consider air freight as a way to get their products directly to their customers, van de Wouw said. The Red Sea crisis has increased fears of a renewed bout of supply chain inflation, but so far, what's even more compelling is the spike in volumes. To see increases of this magnitude, with higher volumes than at any point in 2023, is significant, he said. Flights are already on average 93% full from a cargo perspective, and it is likely air freight rates will increase much more than 10% if the current increase in demand continues. If the Rea Sea crisis continues, you'll have more and more companies getting nervous, van de Wouw said. Comparisons are being made to the pandemic supply chain shocks for both ocean and port bottlenecks and rate spikes throughout the shipping industry. Van de Wouw said other key differences for air freight between the pandemic and now are the return of passengers and a lower overall level of consumer demand. It was a capacity issue, said van de Wouw of the pandemic. Here you have a demand spike not because consumers are spending more but the need of companies to move products. This is all a result of companies trying to mitigate the ocean transit delays. Xeneta data shows that air cargo volumes on the major apparel route from Vietnam to Europe spiked 62% in the week ending January 14 to 6% higher than 2023's peak week in October. The same week 12 months ago showed a 16% increase. Rates have not yet hit anywhere near the levels we saw during COVID-19. But the sudden nature of the Red Sea crisis has seen a more rapid increase in rates, which is arguably creating even more disruption than during the early months of the pandemic, said Xeneta data analyst Emily Stausbøll. Around 28% of the world's container trade traverses through the Suez Canal, Red Sea. According to Bank of America, almost 30% of the goods in these containers are furniture, household goods and clothing and apparel. General electrical appliances are also top items moved along this route.